Breaking news: a massive Ukrainian drone strike has turned Moscow into a blazing firestorm. Explosions ripped through the Russian capital overnight, engulfing key government and business districts in flames. Eyewitnesses described the terrifying scene as towers lit up with fire, emergency sirens echoed across the city, and thick smoke choked the skyline. Russia's capital has not witnessed such chaos in decades, and this attack marks a shocking escalation in the war. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe and like my videos for more breaking updates from the front lines. Now let's dive deep into this dramatic story that's shaking the entire world. In the early hours of the morning, Moscow residents were jolted awake by deafening blasts. Dozens of Ukrainian drones penetrated Russian air defenses and rained destruction on the city. Videos shared on social media showed fireballs exploding above the skyline, glass shattering across busy streets, and panicked crowds rushing for safety. According to Russian officials, at least 2 major skyscrapers in the Moscow city financial district were directly hit. Flames spread across office floors, while emergency crews battled to contain the inferno. Several airports, including Vnukovo, were forced to shut down temporarily as authorities scrambled to secure airspace. The Russian Ministry of Defense admitted that Ukraine had launched a massive drone assault, but insisted that most were intercepted. Still, the damage in Moscow tells a very different story. This wasn't just any drone strike. It was a direct hit on Russia's seat of power. Moscow isn't only the political center, it's the heart of Russia's economy, security, and military decision-making. By striking Moscow, Ukraine sent a clear message: nowhere in Russia is safe. The war can reach President Vladimir Putin's doorstep, and Ukraine is shifting from defensive operations to bold, offensive tactics deep inside enemy territory. For months, Ukraine has been warning that if Russia continues to bombard Kiev and other cities, retaliation will come. This attack proves that Ukraine has both the capability and the will to strike at the Russian capital itself. Analysts believe Ukraine used long-range, domestically produced drones capable of traveling hundreds of kilometers. These drones can fly low to evade radar, carry powerful explosives, and strike with high precision. The attack reportedly involved swarm tactics, launching dozens of drones at once to overwhelm Russian air defenses, targeting high-profile infrastructure such as towers, offices, and communication hubs, while also serving as psychological warfare, showing Russian citizens that the war they supported is now on their doorstep. Military experts compare these tactics to modern asymmetric warfare, where drones are changing the rules of battle. Instead of billion-dollar fighter jets, low-cost drones are wreaking havoc on powerful militaries. The psychological impact cannot be overstated. Moscow residents who once believed the war was distant are now feeling the fear Ukrainians have lived with daily for over 2 years. Eyewitnesses said it felt like the sky was on fire. Another described people were running, not knowing where to hide. A third commented, "This is the first time I've ever seen Moscow like this." Social media flooded with clips of burning towers and explosions lighting up the night sky. For Russians, this is a harsh reality check. The capital, long considered untouchable, is now vulnerable. The Kremlin immediately vowed retaliation. Spokesperson Dmitry Peskov declared, "These terrorist attacks will not go unanswered." Russian officials accused the West of supplying Ukraine with advanced drone technology. State media called it a direct provocation by NATO. Already, Russian forces have intensified missile and drone strikes on Ukrainian cities in response. But here lies a dilemma for Putin. If he escalates too much, he risks pulling NATO further into the conflict. If he does nothing, it shows weakness at home. This drone attack corners Russia into a dangerous position. The world is watching closely. Western leaders praised Ukraine's resilience and innovation. European capitals issued new calls for stronger sanctions against Russia. China and India, however, expressed concern about the war spilling deeper into Russia. Financial markets reacted immediately. Russian stocks fell and the ruble slipped further, reflecting fears of instability. Ukraine's allies may see this as a turning point. Kiev has demonstrated it can strike back in ways that directly impact Russia's leadership and elite. This attack raises the question, are we entering a new phase of the war? Some possibilities include escalation, with Russia launching massive revenge strikes targeting Kiev, Kharkiv, and Odessa even harder. Or deterrence, where the shock in Moscow pressures Russia to reconsider the cost of war. Or internationalization, where if Russia blames NATO, it risks dragging the West into direct confrontation. For Ukraine, the drone strike is both tactical and symbolic. It may not cripple Russia's military, but it has shattered the illusion of safety in Moscow. This isn't the first time a capital has been bombed in modern warfare, but for Russia, it's unprecedented in recent memory. Not since World War II have explosions rocked Moscow's core like this. For Ukrainians, it's payback for months of missile strikes that have destroyed homes, power plants, schools, and hospitals. It's a statement. If you hit our cities, your cities will burn too. Experts predict Ukraine will continue using drones as long as Russia bombards civilian areas. Moscow will pour billions into strengthening air defenses, deploying more radar systems, and building new anti-drone technology. The psychological war will intensify, with both sides targeting each other's population centers. There's also speculation that Ukraine may strike other Russian cities, St. Petersburg, Belgorod, or even military bases deep inside Siberia. This drone attack has changed the war's narrative. Moscow is no longer untouchable. The world has witnessed Russia's vulnerabilities exposed by a smaller, determined nation fighting for survival. Whether this leads to peace talks or deeper destruction remains uncertain. But one thing is clear, the war has entered a new and dangerous chapter. That's all for today's breaking report. What do you think this drone strike means for the future of the war? Will Russia retaliate, or has Ukraine finally shifted the balance? Comment your thoughts below, and don't forget, please subscribe and like this video for more updates. Stay tuned because this war is changing faster than ever.